What's going on, everybody? First and foremost, we would like to welcome you to the inaugural episode of Tales from the Soundcheck podcast. It is a podcast where myself, Dave, and my co-host Dan, fellow bass player, have conversations about musical inspiration, some show experiences, nerdy gear talk, personal tour stories, and mental health within the music industry, among many other topics with fellow musicians. This first episode we recorded all the way back in October of 2022 with one of our good friends, Collin, who is actually the drummer for a Connecticut-based death metal band called Burying Point.
I'm going to say
eat my
some
Burger
dumb
King?
shit today,
Yeah.
so good times.
Yeah.
You said you didn't shit today?
No, I'm going to say a lot of dumb shit today, probably.
Oh, I thought you said I didn't shit today. Good times. I was about to say, damn, your stomach hurt, boy.
Yeah, that doesn't feel good. Colin's about to promote some shit, so.
Damn. About to promote violence.
What did you order at the lounge?
Oh, dude, I got a fucking barbecue bacon cheddar chicken sandwich.
Oh my goodness, that's a mouthful, dude.
Dude, it's so fucking filthy, dude. This thing's oozing with barbecue.
Oh, so gooey.
I'm here for it. I trust.
How you guys been?
I'm pretty good. Man.
We here.
Yeah. Living the life. Surviving
Indeed.
the pre-apocalypse.
Whatever fucking timeline we're in.
Have you heard any new metalcore albums that have come out recently? I can't even say... I still follow the genre, but I can't say who's playing still.
I actually follow the bands who've been around for a while more than anything new that comes out. Like, once in a while, something unique will catch my ear, but, like, the newest thing I've been listening to is, like, Make Them Suffer. They're pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I could agree with that.
Yeah.
But, like, that's the extent of it. It's, like... ABR is still around. Like, all the heavy hitters are still around for the most part. Hasley dying.
They're still kicking.
I guess Ken Susie is completely...
I think I saw...
Hasley dying right now.
Yeah, dude, I saw a video, like some live festival video on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure it was the drummer and Ken Susie, like, from under.
Yep.
Damn.
I don't think there's anybody original. I think it's just the vocalist.
Phil. Phil is still playing guitar, I think.
Yes. I believe so.
But from the original core band from when it started, it was just Tim and Jordan for the longest time. But yeah. Once Jordan left, I was just like, well, we'll see. I don't want to really go too much further into that just because, like, I don't know. I was in California with Ark when the whole shit went down. And we were staying with a dude. Impending Doom was rehearsing in their garage. And we were talking to their drummer, Brandon, and he played drums in Austrian Death Machine, so he's close with them. So, yeah, it was a really weird time being, like, that close to it.
That must have been awkward.
Hella awkward, because that was, like, one of his best friends, and he's just like, why the fuck would you do this? I don't know.
It's a really weird scene out here. I mean, I'm really local to them, so...
Yeah.
With, like, Impending Doom and Azalea dying. Yeah, I think Jordan's got his own endeavor. I believe he owns and operates a venue in San Diego called Brick by Brick.
Fuck yeah.
And they do a lot of underground death metal. It's really awesome. But that's actually
what's up, man.
Who are they hosting? I think it's on October 24th. I think they're doing give me 1 second. Let me find it. I wanted to go, but I'm supposed to be going to this When We Were Young festival tomorrow.
Oh,
that shit's tomorrow?
It is, the first show's tomorrow. I'm going Sunday, but I'm leaving for Vegas.
What's your lineup? What are you going to attempt to try and catch?
I'm going to try to get... I've never seen My Chemical Romance, so I'd really like to see them. They're playing at like 11:30 p.m., so it's like the last band.
That's respectful.
Yeah,
for sure.
They're the big headliner. I definitely want to see Bayside again. They're really good. I've seen them used a couple times in the past 2 years. I think I've seen them 3 times in the past 2 years. They're always fun to see. I haven't like paid attention to the lineup. I just saw Senses Fail like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Thursday. Would love to see Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I can make this show. This is actually the 24th, so that's Monday. Brick by Brick in San Diego is hosting Thursdays, celebrating 21 years of full collapse at Brick by Brick with Hail the Sun and the Homeless Gospel Chair.
Hail the Sun is fucking solid.
Yeah.
I saw Hail the Sun with Topher at the Music Box here in San Diego.
Yeah, you did.
That was awesome. I got punched in the face at that show. That
no
was
shit.
Good times. Yeah, I was acting a fool. I shouldn't have been. I was still in my 30s. Shouldn't be.
I don't think the vocalist plays drums and sings live anymore, but like at their start, that's how it went down, man. That dude's a monster.
That was it's a good
Hail
show.
the Sun.
Good venue. Who would they play with? They played with Polyphia, I believe. I think that's.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting show. Just saw Newfound Glory's 20th anniversary tour of Sticks and Stones.
Fuck yeah.
And dude, I've never seen them inside, and like I've only seen them outdoors, and seeing them inside was like, it was like watching a fucking metal band. They were so heavy.
Yeah, they're super intense. I always love going to see them.
And 4 Year Strong opened for them, and I believe Dan was backing guitar for I forgot the other guitar player's name in Newfound Glory, but was backing for him because he had just finished like cancer treatment, so he couldn't do like the whole tour like full. So they had his guitar up and the other guitar down. You could tell that which guitar was definitely the lead up on stage, and but they killed it, man. What a cool show. But as for As I Lay Dying,
back to that,
I think they'll have their dedicated core fans.
They always
will
will
see them, yeah, and they'll end up being able to play festivals and clubs and stuff. But I don't see them going back to the height that they were at because in like 2005 they were the fucking pinnacle of metalcore.
Everything,
like them, Killswitch Engage.
You had like so many heavy hitting records back then. You had like. You had The End of Heartache came out. You had fucking The Fall of Ideals from All That Remains came out.
That was another
Oncoming Storm from Unearth. Like so much good driving fucking metalcore coming out of New England.
And it was just New England. Yeah, that was the craziest
And then like
point.
these guys came out of nowhere and it was just like, what the fuck? And then like their driving influence to be a band was Zayo, which is a really obscure random Christian metalcore band to base your band off of, but holy shit.
The OGs.
Yeah, for sure. Like no hate against Zayo, one of my favorites. He's got
great band.
Fucking like you can tell his favorite band was Carcass. That's all I hear.
And they were like one of the, because what record was it? Frail Worlds Collapse, I believe it was
that was the first one. Yeah,
their biggest, one of their bigger records.
First Metal Blade release, let's say.
Yeah, I think they did
I think that's a top 10 album, bro.
Yeah.
That and like Shadows of Security, neck and neck. Love them.
Yeah. I think Shadows of Security did number 35 on Billboard 200.
That's fucking crazy.
Impressive, especially in that time.
Yeah. And then you had the other bands that were coming out that were kind of flowing with them, but doing a little bit different things, like Trivium.
Dude, because Ascendancy. I'm not a Trivium fan, but I am an Ascendancy album fan, dude.
That record, it's still to this day, favorite Trivium record. Absolutely.
I listen to at least one song from that record a day.
Dude, I got pulled in with like Light to Flies, dude, and that was it. That album's like, holy shit.
Their recent stuff, I'll say, the last couple albums, decent. I like the writing a lot.
You know what I love about the metalcore bands that are still around and thriving, like Killswitch Engage, for example. They're probably, they are.
They're still active? Oh, yeah. They went back to their original vocalist, right?
Yeah.
They just toured together with Light the Torch, Howard's other band.
Dude, Light the Torch.
They're fucking sick.
If anybody likes bands like In Flames and Killswitch Engage, smack those two together, and on top of it you have what's his name from Bleeding Through in there. It's like a super group. You had the guitar player from All Shall Perish.
Yeah, it's a really awesome mashup.
Yeah, and then the drummer was a different guy, but
isn't there a band he's in with that YouTube dude, Dines.
Jared Dines.
Oh, that's Scion. They're sick too.
That's a slap fest as well. I mean,
I love that
extremely
record.
Talented.
I paid for that straight up when as soon as they were like, album's coming, I was like, take my money.
Yeah, because Light the Torch, I started listening to it when they actually started doing stuff a couple of years ago.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, this is Howard's new project. And I listened to it. Instantly was like, all right, it's not heavier than Killswitch.
No.
But it is, but it isn't, but it's Howard. He disappeared for a while.
Well, yeah, but then there was all the weird rumors around that too, which was just like really odd shit that was super, tabloidy shit. And I'm just like, where the fuck did this come from?
Well, the first record, or one of their first singles that they did for a music video was in like a strip club in off Sunset or somewhere in LA, and they had there was a bunch of porn stars in that video.
Okay.
So that could have been that time that he was doing that. But man, good band. I loved what they did as a collaboration with Howard and Jesse on the Atonement record with the Signal Fire.
That's a sick song.
Woof.
Yeah, that's super intense. But that's another thing, though. It's like, I don't know, there were bands from that era that I feel like had more heart and passion in those early records where it could still translate now, and I have a hard time making that connection with newer bands now. I don't know. It's probably just some fucked up heart getting older, but who knows?
No, I think the music and culture has completely changed. I mean, this is the thing, too. Metalcore only had its, like, obviously there were bands from, back, even in New England, like Overcast and, pre-Killswitch Engage bands that were still doing it beforehand.
Oh, yeah, you had all sorts of those
Converge,
bands.
Like even I guess even Hatebreed you can put into that, because they weren't like the run of the mill, like those types of bands. But then all of a sudden, after probably between like 98 to 2005, metalcore had like this massive rise, and then there's all these other bands that come out that have these like different flares to them.
Number one example of just like prime metalcore, but it's completely off the beaten path from the main, would be Darkest Hour. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Love that fucking band.
Yep, that's a huge one. And then they had and then other metalcore bands that were really pumping out music, like If Hope Dies.
Yeah,
was pumping out music for a while. There was Collin.
There's so many. It Dies Today.
Yeah, It Dies Today.
Oh, It Dies Today was serious.
Yeah, It Dies Today. Yeah, and they still some of those records.
I paid $250 to see It Dies Today at the Webster.
What the fuck?
Yep, I broke a window in the fucking room between underground and the main stage.
That's right.
And like the fucking security like cornered me, bro. Like I saw, dead ass thought I was about to get jumped in the alley.
Oh,
like, we need to have a talk with you, blah blah blah. And then they really treated me like some mob shit. They called me, made sure I paid and shit. And I was shook. I was like 17 years old, 16 years old. I didn't know what the fuck was good. And I paid that shit, and they're like, "Cause you actually paid this, we're gonna give you a free ticket to any of these upcoming shows." And I was on the show worth going.
Yeah, I hear that. I played with them before.
That's sick. I think the show was them and Haste the Day.
That's another band.
We played the Underground for that show, a band I was in at the time.
Yeah, well, that was the most expensive concert I've ever gone to, bro. So good job. Y'all killed it.
Look at that. I think it was hard for bands, though. I mean, even us being involved in that scene, Collin, I think that one of the bands that we were in, I guess we could consider ourselves, we were kind of in that metalcore genre.
APH? Yeah, that was definitely metalcore. That was Ezra dying and fucking like his blood runs black like all day.
But bands had to start really competing. It's kind of, I guess, like what happened with like the punk and the hardcore movement. Then metalcore came in and stepped in and started making the money, and then all of a sudden metalcore bands had to start competing with bands when deathcore started coming through, and
that is true.
More towards 2007 and 8.
They kept pushing the fucking envelope.
Yeah, bands
like the natural progression. It's like, what can I out heavy this fucking band with?
Yeah, dude, it was all about just get heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier.
Yep. And look where we're at now. People playing like double drop E and shit.
Well, look at where we're at now. Look at one of the biggest bands that's hitting mainstream media, which is blowing my fucking head off. Other than like a band like seeing Slipknot on Conan or something, like is Lorna Shore.
Yeah,
man.
Lorna fucking Shore, dude.
Like
they're fucking huge for a deathcore band, and they're like got 9-minute long songs. It's
they deserve it. They deserve every
up.
fucking second of this show. They really do.
Unbelievable.
Like such a talented fucking band.
Yeah, I'd love to see them again.
Same.
Now at the juncture in the band, the style that they're in now. I've seen them years ago when, you know, what's his name wasn't even.
I remember like and hearing of them like very minuscule time, like when they first came out. But once Will got into the band, I was just like, oh fuck, all right.
Different stuff. I mean, us just doing deathcore ourselves was a trip to be, because we were in the mix of the evolution of deathcore, because the bands that were just up and coming but just getting out and being popular, like Oceano, were huge band. And you already had bands like Suicide Silence was already pushing the envelope beforehand.
Fuck yeah.
And you know, it opened up for the genres to intermingle more. And that's, I think, what turned, I think 2010 was probably one of the best times to live in for heavy music.
Oh yeah.
Because you now it's good too. I mean, like some of the shows that have post-COVID, some of the shows that they're putting on,
absolutely,
the bills are nuts. But nothing compared to like, you know, like some of the bills. I was looking at some of the old Every Time I Die flyers, and I was just like, what the fuck, bro?
There used to be so many unique tours that would get put together. One of my favorites, I went to the Palladium in Worcester. It was, speaking of Every Time I Die, it was Under Oath headlining with Every Time I Die, Poison the Well, and Maylene. It was fucking sick.
Yeah, it's a solid lineup.
Mm-hmm. Especially Poison the Well. They fucking killed it.
Here we go. You guys can see me, but this was one of the best shows to be at. Sounds of the Underground 2004.
Fuck yeah.
Yo, like...
Yeah.
Dude, you got...
Fuck yeah, dude.
You got... What do you got on this? All That Remains, Devil Driver, A Life Once Lost, Madball, High on Fire. Yo, remember High on Fire?
High on Fire is so good, though. If you like stoner metal, it's so fucking good.
Strapping Young Lad. Oh.
Fuck, Devin Townsend.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck. Yeah. Yes.
Rocking the Skullet, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Back then, yeah. I still follow him. God damn.
What do you got? Throwdown? I remember Throwdown.
Yeah, but what's fucked up, 2004 Throwdown, that was when they were trying to sound like Pantera. They were Pantera light. Like, all of a sudden, he was just like, oh, I sound like Phil, and we have a whammy pedal. Holy shit.
Whoa. Oh, here we go, Norma Jean. Gwar.
Yeah.
Gwar is always an interesting time to see. I always go and look at people, and I'm like,
never seen them.
You're all wearing nice stuff, and I wore the shittiest thing I'm ever gonna wear, because I'm getting my shit's getting fucked up.
Yep.
Oh, Chimera, another. Oh, dude, that band slapped.
Such a unique band.
They were so heavy.
That first record, fuck.
I think I got all of them.
How many spins did that CD get inside the fucking Passat, bro?
A lot, dude.
Oh my of those. God.
Yeah, Poison the Well, Unearth, Clutch, another good
Clutch. Band. Yes.
Never got into Clutch.
From Autumn to Ashes and Lamb of God was the headliner on that tour.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they don't make
Lamb of God. No, but just think, those last two bands playing together. Think of where Lamb of God is at now.
Oh,
they just dropped the music video, literally.
And then
week.
and then From Autumn to Ashes, like just what the fuck?
Autumn to Ashes.
Such a cool.
Are they playing this festival this weekend or something like that? I think they
probably.
I hope so for you.
Let's see. Oh, here you go. Set times. They got 1, 2, 3 stages plus a main stage that rotates, kind of like you know.
Warped Tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a neon tent, which is state champs and 4 years strong are on that list. Armor for Sleep.
Sick.
Yeah.
Oh, here's
so
the ones that
live.
I want to see, and I think I can make it work. Oh, I'm probably not going to make it work. Atreyu, They play at like 1:45.
Dude, could we give a Trey their flowers, bro?
Yo,
like, Suicide Notes and Butterfly Kisses and like The Curse. Like, holy shit.
Listen. That was another thing I was going to say. West Coast metalcore traditionally, I think of them, Avenged Sevenfold, stuff like that. And then like
Holy Confessions Only.
Yeah.
Bleeding Through, I guess, could get put in that category too, you know.
Same, well, and also controversial depending on who you are. I'm not huge into 18 Visions. Never was.
Yeah, 18 Visions was kind of
on
that
weird
cusp of
They were like the GNR of metalcore. That's the easiest way I can
agree
put
with
it,
that.
Because they literally weren't hard enough to be a thrash band, but they weren't light enough to be a hair metal band. They were in some weird in between. There was their own thing, what made them so popular, I guess.
Wow, this is stacked. I'm not going to get to see half the bands I want to see because they're all playing at the same fucking time, per usual.
Yep,
that
sounds about
works. Right. I do want to see Kitty though.
God damn!
I don't know you, Doug. Internet connection down.
You done fucked up.
Kitty, bro.
No,
bro.
Yeah, but how old do you think they look now?
They're probably drinking Bud Heavy.
If you're doing this for the science, go for it. But just nah.
I'd rather see My Chemical Romance. They start at the same time.
If you saw Kitty over My Chem,
I'd slap the shit out of you.
Face, like when I see you.
That's fucking dumb. No, but seriously though, like I remember going to Ozfest and seeing like OTEP and being very disappointed. And it's not to shit on like female-fronted bands or anything like that. They're just very poor examples of it, I guess, in my eye. But
I have to agree with you.
I know. What do I know? It's just not for me.
I like the female vocals. I think what's her name, Courtney from she was in
Spirit Box.
I Wrestled a Bear once, and then Spirit Box. I think she's a great, but that's a whole different style. You're talking about bands that have female vocalists that can sing, and like bands like Lacuna
fucking
Coil from back in the day. You mentioned
she was
Ozfest. Lacuna Coil, yeah, dude, Ozfest 2003.
Yes, I was there.
Was
Korn. Korn fucking played.
Was like, that was one of those things. And then
Cradle of Filth played.
Yep. Yeah, dude, there's so many
bands. They were wild. Motograder played.
I remember seeing, I think
Pre-Five Finger Death Punch. Weird times.
That's like Super Joint Ritual. Like,
yeah, Super Joint's actually decent though.
Yeah, they were a weird band. I remember Ozfest 2004 when I think it was Slayer that was like the main headliner. And that was...
I was there. Those were the best years from like 2003 to like 2005 was really sick.
Yeah, there's actually there's quite a bit of bands on this show in Las Vegas that I don't care.
Yeah.
Avril Lavigne?
Ew. Gotta go see it.
There is. I do want to see AFI, Pierce the Veil.
AFI is
got to see Pierce the Veil, bro.
Taking Back Sunday. They're all playing right back to back to back on the same stage with each other, but
That's
they're sharing this. They're sharing a stage with, or on the same times. Dashboard, The Used, Jimmy Eat World, A Day to Remember.
Oh, dude, Dashboard. That's a band. When I used to go see him back in the day at the Webster, it was just like the crowd would just overtake. You could not hear Chris for shit. You would just hear his guitar in the whole crowd. Wild times. I miss that shit.
Bring Me the Horizon is playing right before My Chemical Romance, so Bring Me the Horizon should be really.
That's
really
huge.
Awesome.
The Big E.
That's huge. Respect.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be easy. I think splitting the show up into 3 different days is going to help.
Yeah.
And having the same set all 3 days. But, I mean, it's kind of interesting. I don't know. I didn't think it was real at first, but apparently...
Everybody thought it was going to be like a...
Fire festival.
Yeah, exactly. But here we are.
Here we are. We'll see what happens.
Well, once the shit... Did it start, today?
Tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well, you'll know tomorrow.
We'll start to know tomorrow if there's issues or not, yeah.
Look out for late night tweets.
Yeah, Reddit. I'm sure there'll be stuff all over Reddit. That's going to do it for the first episode. There is another episode available on the When We Were Young Festival, which was recorded shortly after this one back in late 2022. We hope you enjoy and stay tuned for more Tales from the Soundcheck.